Hi guys, I am going to try to film this video so that you guys can see exactly what the measurements are for making your own molds. I have two little things right here, two little resins, a lollipop and a donut. And those are what I'm going to be molding today. I know I've done this tutorial before, but I really didn't go into a lot of detail, and I've had a lot of questions because some ladies are having trouble with the ratio. So I'm going to try to do a general measurement today so that you guys can see what it's supposed to feel like. I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of silicone, and I'm going to start off with a tablespoon of cornstarch. So these are just Betty Crocker, spoons. So nothing special. Other than the fact that my silicone is backed up here. Might help if I could get it out. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I'm back. So, again, this is just what I'm using. It's clear silicone, waterproof, all right? Mine is by GE. This is for kitchen and bath, okay? Mold-free, whatever. Just take a really good look at this. This is the one I use. I don't know that any other one might work. I'm really not sure, but this is the one I use, okay? So here's 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and I've already measured out. You can see it's pretty flat. I'm not an advocate of wasting, but I wanted to get a really level amount in there. So that's clear silicone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tablespoon, I'm going to dump it onto my working surface. You're going to want to have one of these. It's like a little flat spatula type thing for the beginning. And then you're just going to use your hands. So if you don't like getting hands dirty, you might want to have a pair of gloves. Alright. Then I'm going to take this wood stick and I'm going to pull this all out of here. Okay. I'm going to get as much of it out of there as possible so that the measurement is true. Okay, guys. Now, you guys know it's silicone, so it's hard to maneuver and get off your stick. So, just do the best you can. This should bring you guys to a really good, at least a general idea as to how much you need. Okay, so that's basically what's left on my stick, and my cup is basically empty here. So, I mean, if you want to be a stickler about it, you could go on forever trying to get all this off of here, but I don't think I'm going to get much more, so. Alright, so basically a teaspoon. I'm going to move that out of the way, and I'm going to start working my stuff here with my tablespoon of cornstarch. Now, I don't think technically a tablespoon is going to be enough, but we're going to start with that. It might be. I mean, I don't know for sure. I've never measured. So you just basically start folding it in. Start folding it in. I may speed up this process a little bit. Till you can touch it. Trying to keep it all in the frame. See how it's still sticking to me? It should not be sticking like that when you're ready to mold. So you just pick up your little pieces and work them in. And you don't have to have it overly dry in the end. See how that's stuck to me? It still needs a little bit more. So I'm going to make sure that you guys can see what I have left here. Keep your hands coated. And I'm working this quite a bit. So it's kind of like the consistency of gum. And it does feel a little sticky still. So once I get this worked in and it's all sticky a little bit, like see how that's a little sticky to me? If it starts pulling off onto me, then I know I need a little bit more. And then at that point, once you get it smooth and covered, all you have to do to get a smooth coat, like see how when you fold it, there's still lines in it? Just keep working it a few more seconds longer. Okay? And once you can get it to be smooth without sticking to you, basically work it in a circle. Now, if I keep working this, it's going to get re-sticky, but at this point, I'm good. I'm ready to mold. I can rub my fingers across it and smooth it out. There's no cracking. There's no true sticking, like too much sticking. So I'm ready to mold now. And as you guys can see, what is left is, let's see. Let me measure what's left here. I'm going to put my little ball aside. It's not sticking to me, right? And I have a half teaspoon here. I'm going to see how much is left. I think it's about a half a teaspoon. Now remember, if you're in a humid climate, it might take a little bit more. If you're in a drier climate, it might take a little bit less. But generally speaking, I've got about a half teaspoon here of cornstarch left. Okay, so you guys can see that. It's about a half teaspoon. Just put it off to the side because you're not going to need that. You want to clear your surface a little bit. And then you're going to take your mold here. I'm sure molding is the last of your worries, right? So now that we've made our little clay, you can cut them into pieces. And yes, it will be sticky in the middle. It's okay as long as you have a little bit of cornstarch left on your fingers. It should not stick to you. So what I like to do is I like to put it into some sort of a shape, right? So maybe like that. And then you take your item. And my item is clean. There's no need to flour it or, cornstarch it. And you just basically press it into the middle. Then flip your mold over onto a flat surface. If you want your mold to come out good, you want that flat surface to be what the object is laying on. And then you just kind of pat a little bit. Turn it over. Be careful when you turn it over not to squish it because that will deform the mold also. And there you have your little molds. And I'm not even going to use all of this because I have nothing else left to mold. I've molded everything I could possibly mold. And I have like millions of molds. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the donut. And I'm going to flip it over and make sure to press it around in a circle so it wraps around the item a little bit. Just lightly. And turn it over and leave your... I'm going to actually enclose that a little bit and then flip it over again because I think that will work better. Alright, maybe don't do that. I don't know. Whatever. So anyway, you're going to leave these sit for a good hour. Just leave them sit. And that's how I make my mold. So, if you want to measure it out in teaspoons, it would be 2.5 teaspoons of cornstarch because we had this half left. And you're good. I mean, I can pull this apart. It's not sticking to me. It's not too dry. It's not too wet. If you play with it a lot, it's going to start like you'll see it's starting to eat up the cornstarch that's on my hands. It will get sticky again, and you can keep adding cornstarch to this, but then you're going to wind up making, see, like right now, I've been playing with it for a few minutes, and it's sticky. It will stick to me, see? But you don't need to go that far. As soon as it gets to the point in mixing where you can smooth your finger over it and press something into it and not have it stick to you, you know, like this, you're good. You don't have to overwork it. Don't overthink it. So try and follow these directions. See how it works out. Let me know, ladies, down below. And I will talk to you guys soon. I hope you guys have a great day.